Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk to you all about my struggles with eating, unhealthy kind of eating, not necessarily unhealthy like, you know, bad foods and whatnot, but unhealthy as in binging, not eating enough, eating under 1,000 calories, stuff like that. So let me just start by saying follow me on Instagram. You already know, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. All right, we're good. So as far as my kind of unhealthy eating habits, I kind of remember this starting when I was a kid, which is kind of weird, but when I was a kid I just remember like sneaking food, and we weren't like health nuts, health gurus when I was a kid. We just kind of had whatever, had the sugary cereal. We weren't any sort of organic, or we just didn't eat super healthy when I was a kid. So I just remember like sneaking food because I didn't want my mom to see me eating. I don't know if it was necessarily like I didn't want her to see me eating, or if like I had already eaten something and I was still hungry. I just didn't want her to know that I was eating more. So I would wait until like she would take a shower, or she would take the dogs out, or before she would wake up I would like try and sneak and like basically eat a breakfast or eat something before she woke up so she wouldn't know, and then I would eat something else like when she would wake up, so she literally had no idea that I had eaten, which seems kind of nuts, but I don't know, I just felt judged, and not necessarily because my mom was judgmental. I felt like I was doing something wrong, so I felt like I was being judged. Maybe I was just judging myself, I'm not really sure. But this kind of, you know, went on, I would say probably like throughout middle school and a little bit of high school. But when I was in high school, my sophomore year, I got a job, so I was able to buy whatever I wanted. So it's not like I needed permission from my mom. So if I wanted to go to McDonald's, I could go to McDonald's. I actually worked at Subway, so I ate whatever I wanted there. I'm talking cookies. I'm talking the Subway cookies. And I've already talked about on my fitness journey, just like gaining weight and stuff like that. And my sophomore and junior year, like that didn't really happen. It wasn't until the end of my junior year and into my senior year. And I think I've talked about this before too, but I really attribute like my weight gain to, one, working at Subway and eating whatever I wanted because I had a car and I had a job and the money to do so. And two, birth control. It really threw off my hormones back then when I was 18, so I really think all of that combined was a big reason why I gained weight. So when I moved into my freshman year of college, it was kind of like free-for-all. I had a meal plan. We had Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, all the things on campus. I was not eating healthy ever, and that was fine with me, whatever. And then my sophomore year is when I started my fitness journey, and I decided like, hey, I'm gonna start eating healthy. And I don't even know if I did any sort of research beforehand, but I just started eating 1,000 calories a day, like less than if possible. So it kind of started off with just me eating like soups, and I was eating like soups for multiple meals. So I would eat like egg whites in the morning, and if you know anything about egg whites, you know those have nothing in them, like no calories. I mean, they have protein, that's good, but I would just eat like plain egg whites with ketchup or something, maybe some toast. And then like lunch I would have soup, and dinner I would have soup, like the Progresso, like 150 calorie soup. And sometimes I would have like a sandwich with it, like maybe some meat, some sandwich, lunch meat type of deal. For snacks I eat vegetables, nothing of substance in there. So I was just dying, like on the inside, organs totally shutting down. And I remember I used to track it on my MyFitnessPal, and I had it set in there that I didn't want to eat more than 1,000 calories a day. And I remember pretty consistently seeing that I was only eating about like 900 to maybe 950 calories a day. So I did that for months, and I remember I was at work And I felt like I had hit a plateau where I just wasn't losing any more weight. And there was this one guy who lived in the building that I was working in, and I was talking to him, and he was telling me just, you know, a little bit about his fitness journey, just like some of the snacks he likes to eat and just different things that he was doing. And I told him that I felt like I had plateaued, and he was like, okay, well, like, what are you eating? And I told him that I was eating about 1,000 calories a day, and he looked at me like I was nuts, like totally freaking bonker bananas. And I was like, I don't get it, like, isn't that what you're supposed to do? And he was like, no, like, you need to be eating way more than that. So I then started to do my research and realized that yes, I do need to be eating more than 1,000 calories. So I went through a battle of like how many I should eat, whether it should be 1,200, 1,400, 2,000, 2,200, 2,500. Like, I just kind of went back and forth here and there about what I should eat, and I did all the calculator tests online, and naturally those tell you that you should only have 1,200 calories, which is just totally wrong. But you know, I tried it all, and in between there, it was after I stopped with 1,000 calories and started increasing my calorie intake, I would have like 1 day a week, and I called it a cheat day, but in reality it was just a binge eat day, where I would go to the store, because I actually lived right next to Kroger, and I would get cookies, like cookie dough. I would literally like eat cookie dough on the walk home, and then I would bake the rest of the cookies. I would get like pizza, like full big things of pizza, fries, like all the frozen foods in the frozen section I would buy, and I would eat in one, like typically I would say one night, not even necessarily one day. I would typically go around like 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, and then just spend the rest of the night eating everything. And then I would just go back to about my business, which makes me believe that I probably still wasn't eating enough calories if I felt as though I needed to binge that hard. I think probably around then I was eating about 1,400, which is totally fine for some people. Like, I know people who do like body competitions and are in like a really severe cut, like they're eating, you know, right around 1,400 sometimes. But I knew that that just wasn't working for me. So I feel like ever since then I've kind of struggled with that whole binge kind of eating, and I don't know, you know, I feel like people talk about binge eating and it's this big emotional thing, and just eating and eating and eating. And I mean, sometimes I would just be like, oh, I'm in a bad mood, I'm gonna get a pizza. I feel like that's a little bit different than binge eating, whereas I would go through times where it would just be a whole day of, oh, this is my cheat day, and in reality it was just like I was restricting myself so much that it was like almost like a refeed day, but like totally just wrong. So I increased my calories again, and that was really helpful in, you know, just getting everything back in order. And then I would have, you know, I'd have Chipotle here and there, or like Chinese, and typically I would use like Sundays as my cheat day. And I say cheat day, but I would just get like a meal, like I'd get Chinese or I would get Chipotle, and that was totally fine, like not a big deal. The most recent struggle that I've been having is simply the fact that I just can't come up with recipes that I enjoy, and so I'd rather just go out and buy food like Chipotle and not cook. And like, no, Chipotle is not the most unhealthy thing that you could get. It's not like I'm getting McDonald's. I feel like my Chipotle order is pretty healthy. I'll let you know. I get rice, chicken, corn, tomatoes, and hot salsa, and then I come home and I put light sour cream or Greek yogurt on it, because I'm not gonna get like the giant freaking scoop of full fat sour cream from Chipotle. I just can't do it to myself, so I just put it on there myself because it's a lot easier. And sometimes I have these like carb counter tortillas. Instead of getting, you know, the big giant ones from Chipotle, I'll just use like a little carb smart kind of tortilla for my Chipotle bowl, and that works for me. It's under 500 calories for the entire thing, which is pretty nice, and it's fine. Like it's fun for once a week, but not every day, you know. So that has been kind of my most recent issue, is just like not knowing recipes. So what I've been doing is, one, I got this really awesome deal for HelloFresh, Gabby Fuller 10. If you're looking for a hot deal, my first box was like $20 for I think 6 meals it was. So it's like, I mean, technically it's 3 meals and then you get 2 servings of each. So I really liked that. Unfortunately I had to cancel because it just got way too expensive. It was really cheap at first. It was like $20 and then the next one was $30, and this most recent one was like 50 something because there was no more free shipping, because it was supposed to be cheap again. Like I think it said that it was going to be like 30 something, and I was like, fine, I'm just going to use it until the discount runs out. But I didn't realize that it didn't come with shipping anymore, so it was like 50 some dollars, and I was like, we're not doing that for 6 meals. I could spend less money at the grocery store. Now I feel like I have a good grasp of meals that I like, that are healthy, because that's what I did with HelloFresh, is that I always picked like kind of the lower calorie options or the lower carb options, just things that are a bit healthier, because they definitely have some stuff on there that is not healthy at all. So now I feel like I can manipulate those recipes that I have, and now I'm not bored anymore. Like, I was just eating the same thing, the same pastas, the same chicken and rice, the same like honey garlic chicken. I'm so over it, so tired of it, and now I feel like I've got a good grasp. Another tip, first of all, TikTok. I know it might be getting banned here soon, but I'm telling you that it has some of the most bomb recipes. If you just search like, I don't know, chicken recipe, steak recipe, whatever, healthy recipes, people on there make some of the best food. I have so many saved in my likes. It is amazing, wonderful, iconic. Next, Pinterest. I love to look on Pinterest when I typically have something in mind, like I want to do like something specific. Like, let's say I want, I don't know, something Asian inspired. So you literally just like type it in and then you have 100 options, and it's just nice because I feel like I'm at an adult point in my life where I just have all these spices and all of the things that you need for basic recipes now, which is just really nice. And you can always substitute things. If it calls for, you know, sour cream, use Greek yogurt or use a light sour cream, or if it calls for mayonnaise, use a light mayonnaise, or veganese if you're not into the you know, dairy thing. Is it dairy? I don't know. I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian, it's just not my jam. But there are so many options, so I feel like I'm speaking to myself here, but I'm really speaking to you. You can do it. You can eat, and you can eat well. You don't have to binge eat. And I'm not saying that you can't ever have McDonald's again. Like, get them fries, they're good. I'm not saying you can never have Chick-fil-A, you can never have Chipotle. You can. But I think it's really important to get like a good base diet down and just take time, like a month or 2 or a few weeks, and just eat this like a good clean diet, and then you can incorporate something else. Like, you can incorporate once a week, maybe going out to dinner with your significant other or friends, or going, you know, going wherever, or getting takeout, you know, something like that. But I feel like it's important to establish like the good healthy eating habits first. And you know, if something comes up and you want to go to dinner, or there's a bunch of people going to dinner and you don't want to feel left out, look at the menu beforehand, or suggest a restaurant that has healthier options. Like Cheesecake Factory, that Skinny-licious menu, I'm telling you, that slaps. I went there recently and I had one of the best salads of my life. It was huge too, and it tells you the calories and stuff on there, so you know exactly what you're getting. It's important. Like, look at the menu ahead of time, and you can do it. You can do it. Those are my tips. That is my journey. I'm definitely still on the journey. Like, yes, I still want to run across the street to Kroger and grab the whole pint of edible cookie dough. I do. I want it. Sometimes I think I need it, but I don't, and it's okay. You just gotta find those healthy switches. You want something sweet? Eat a Fiber One bar, eat a granola bar, eat a protein bar. I believe in you. Okay, that's it for me. My ramble is over. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.